topic today is going to be about Arbonne and the Arbonne effect on real estate. Hey, Allison, thanks for joining us. Christy, love you. I'm so glad you're here. Victoria, Mary, thank you guys for joining. So let's get real, and let's get real fast. For those of you who don't know my story, before I was in Arbonne, I spent 20 years in the Las Vegas real estate market. I absolutely loved it. My husband and I worked as a husband and wife team, and we closed over 1,000 homes. Now, if you know any realtors, or you may be a realtor, you know the work involved just to get one listing sold, right? Just to do the prospecting, to get one listing, get that listing to sell, and then walk it through its final conclusion so that you can finally get paid. And now I did that times 1,000, and it took 20 years. And I will say that it afforded me an amazing lifestyle. My husband and I actually had an exit strategy because we did not want to do real estate for the rest of our lives. So we planned in advance. And what we did, our strategy was just to pay off 5 houses, and we did that. And then sock away a lot of money, and we did that. And we retired and we moved to Laguna Beach. And I have to tell you, we absolutely loved it. It was the best time for us. And I'm so glad that we had a plan in place. Now, I realized after I retired that my checks also stopped coming in. And that's kind of the downfall of when you're working in a commission sale business, that you are only as good as your last transaction. So it didn't matter that I sold 1,000 homes because I wasn't selling any homes after I retired, so my commission check stopped, and I had to decide what I wanted to do after that point. And so I went to a temp agency to see what my value was, and it turns out that in corporate America, my worth was $12 an hour. I guess they didn't buy my resume, which said Angelina Altishin, badass. That didn't go very far. But why I'm sharing that with you is because when you are in a business that you've built from the bottom up, and you're an entrepreneur by heart, it is so hard to give up that lifestyle because you have freedom. And what I loved about Arbonne, and I didn't discover Arbonne until after I moved to Laguna Beach. And what I discovered was that Arbonne was a great fit for the way I wanted to live my life. I still wanted to control my time. And this time I wanted to do things a little bit differently. I wanted to have more fun. And for me, that meant traveling. Does anyone here on this call love to travel? I love you too, guys. I did, and I was looking for a way to travel and make money instead of just traveling and spending it. If that resonates with you, keep listening, because this vehicle of Arbonne is the perfect vehicle for you to leverage your income. And now what I want to share with you, and for the realtors on this call and for anybody else who might know a realtor, one of the things that Arbonne does is it helps you recession-proof your income. If you are a realtor or know a realtor that worked during the declining market back in 2008, do you remember that, Sandy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Tough.
Yeah.
Very tough.
Very, very tough. And a lot of my friends lost their homes. They lost their marriages. They didn't have anything to recession-proof their income. Now think about this. We talk about preparing for impact. If you start building an Arbonne business right now, your checks can replace escrows for you. I have been working in my Arbonne business 5 years. That means that my commission checks and override checks that I get from Arbonne are equivalent to 3 escrows that I don't have to put into my pipeline. 3 escrows every month that I didn't prospect for, that closed without any problems, that I didn't have to worry about litigation. That's the beauty of using Arbonne as that vehicle that's going to help you recession-proof your income. Now, think about the last 10 years. It's been pretty good. We've had a nice ride. Now, I know that the market conditions fluctuate, right? And so even my financial planner right now is telling me to go very conservative, and he's moving funds around because this market isn't going to sustain. So if you start building your Arbonne business right now, you are preparing for impact, because here's what we do know, that the average homeowner only needs the services of a realtor every 3 to 5 years.
They're actually saying it's longer now.
Is it?
5 to 7.
They're staying in 5
5
to 7 years. Thanks, Sandy. And why is that important? Because when it comes time for them to buy or sell a home, this is where your meaningful relationship with your prospects will set you apart from every other realtor that you're going to be in competition with. If they see you more than a real estate agent, then you're going to mean more to them than a real estate agent. And so you guys, impact's going to happen. Are you prepared for impact? Are you recession proofing your income? What is your plan B? And will that plan B eventually become a plan A for you? As a national vice president, since I've been in Arbonne, we've promoted 5 regional vice presidents in my success line. And when I first got into this business, man, that's all I wanted. I just wanted to be a regional vice president because I wanted to prove to the world that I could do it. It was the evidence that the business worked. And I thought that that's what I wanted. But when I was able to give the keys to my first regional vice president, Kinga Korta, it made me obsessed. I realized that I really had a gift. It wasn't just a gift to set me free. It was a gift to set others free. And I just got back from Poland, where Kinga, my first regional vice president, became an executive regional vice president. And I got to watch her give the keys to her first regional vice president in Poland. And her name was Marta. And they locked arms 22 months ago. Is that amazing? Like, think about your purpose in life. For me, I did not want my gravestone to read, "Here lies Angelina. She has a 98% listing sold ratio. Her average day on the market is 35 days. That just didn't sound well. You get to a point where you hit your goal line success in life, right? You're like, okay, I'm on autopilot. I can make 6 figures a year for the rest of my life. Okay, so I got that down. But there's something that calls you to achieve your soul line success. That's when you're just, how can I give back? How do I want to live the rest of my life? And do I have a vehicle that can teach and train others easily to have the same freedom that I have? If you haven't looked at Arbonne, take a closer look at it. Listen, this is a regulated industry like real estate. We are regulated by the FTC, that's a governing body, and we're also regulated by the DSA. Just like the Board of Realtors is self-regulated, and we're also regulated by the real estate division. So this is a highly regulated industry. This is an industry where if you really look at what network marketing can do, we talk about this business as being a 4-year career, because it takes an average of 4 years to get to the top of the company. So in this book, The 4-Year Career, it talks about developing an asset over time, not just earning an income, but developing an asset that will pay you for the rest of your life. You build this business through personal relationships, and you develop relationships as you go along. I have built regions in continents where English is spoken as a second language. I do not speak those languages, but what I did know is that we were the largest company of our kind that hadn't globalized yet. And I did my research, and I also knew that in network marketing, the potential of the most millionaires comes from a company just before they hit $1 billion in sales, and they have not globalized yet. So here we are, Arbonne. We've been around 39 years. We are the largest company of our kind that hasn't globalized yet, which means that if you come into this business right now, you are getting a foothold in the digital marketplace. If you're not a manufacturer and you don't have an online business, you have to look at Arbonne as that additional stream of income. They talk now about having 7 streams of income just to recession proof yourself. So again, if you're not getting paid to use the products you're using right now, if no one's paying you to shower, if no one's paying you to drink an energy drink or a protein shake or put on some mascara, then redirecting the money that you're already spending into a shopping cart that's reducing your toxic burden just makes sense. Wouldn't you agree, Sandy?
I agree, totally. Totally. I'm spending a lot of money on cosmetics and everything else.
Right?
Yeah.
And do you get a check?
No. Goes
no.
out the door.
Right? Out the door. So we're not about spending more money. We're about redirecting the money that you're already spending and putting it into a shopping cart that pays you to be the brand ambassador. So if you're thinking about this business, I want you to stop thinking right now, what if this doesn't work? And I want you to start thinking about what if it does? Because the only thing that separates me from you right now is that I said yes and I didn't stop. I continued to work my business, and then the momentum kicked in and took me to the top of the company. I am no different than you. I learned as I earned. And you can learn as you earn too. So please get with the person that shared this video with you and have them walk you through the steps of growing your own Arbonne business. And thank you guys so much for your time. And I will see you at the top of the company. I'll talk to you later.